I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, November the 19th, 2014. A fifth victim of the synagogue terror attack in Har Nof yesterday was laid to rest. As you may have seen on IBA News, 30-year-old Israeli Druze policeman Master Sergeant Zidan Saif was among the first officers to arrive on the scene yesterday at the synagogue and was shot in a gunfight with the two Palestinian terrorists. He died of his injuries late last night, bringing the fatalities from the terror attack, which left 4 rabbis dead, to 5. Thousands attended Saif's funeral today, which started at the Druze village of Yanujat in northern Israel, including leaders from the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community, sitting alongside Muslim, Druze, Catholic, Orthodox, and Anglican leaders. Eulogizing Saif, Druze leader Muafik Tarif urged the Israeli government members who were present at the funeral, including President Reuven Rivlin, to do their best to calm the situation. He said, "Both we and you are paying a heavy price in the form of the blood of our sons. Incitement and extremism must not prevail over common sense and tolerance." And President Rivlin also spoke at the funeral and praised Saif for his fearlessness and for protecting the citizens of Jerusalem. National Police Commissioner Inspector General Yochanan Danino eulogized Saif as well, who he said ran into the heart of the murderous inferno without fear, without concern, and that he endangered himself for the security of the citizens of Israel. Hundreds from the ultra-Orthodox community were also in attendance at Saif's funeral, who had determined that the Druze officer was a righteous among the nations, and urged attendance of the funeral to show their gratitude. Saif leaves behind a wife and 4-month-old daughter. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the people of Israel last night, calling for calm after the attack and assuring them that terror will not win. The Prime Minister said, "As a state, we will settle accounts with all the terrorists and those who dispatch them, and we have already proven our ability to do this," adding it is forbidden for anyone to take the law into their own hands, even if the blood is boiling. Netanyahu said that blood libels against Israel led to the attack yesterday and called on the international community to strongly condemn it. Addressing world leaders at a press conference last night in Jerusalem, Netanyahu said, "I want to see outrage over this massacre. I want to see denunciation." Earlier, the Prime Minister approved the demolition of the homes of the terrorists in yesterday's attack, as well as those of the terrorists in the previous attacks in Jerusalem, including the home of Abdel Rahman al-Shaludi, who on October the 22nd killed a 3-month-old baby and a young woman in a vehicular terror attack in Jerusalem. Al-Shaludi's home was demolished by Israel this morning. Pope Francis expressed his condemnation of the terror attack and his concern. The pontiff said today, "I'm following with concern the alarming increase in tension in Jerusalem and other areas of the Holy Land, with unacceptable episodes of violence that do not spare even religious sites." And Ynet reports that Muslim, Jewish, Christian, and Druze leaders gathered outside the synagogue where the terror attack occurred to jointly denounce terror. Those present included the Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem, the chairman of the Druze Religious Council, the chairman of the Council of Muslim Leaders, and Sephardic Chief Rabbi Shlomo Amar, who said terror is something all religions prohibit. Amar said there are arguments and differences, but the desire to exist and live is shared by all of us. Muslim leader Sheikh Muhammad Kiwan called the attack on the synagogue an extreme and shocking act. He said, "We won't let any side stretch out a violent hand and kill innocent people who had come to pray." And security in New York City has been ramped up following the attack in Jerusalem yesterday. The NYPD has increased its police presence at synagogues and Jewish sites. The city's police commissioner, Bill Bratton, said while there was no specific threat to the city, the NYPD is following developments in Jerusalem closely and working with the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force to monitor any further developments. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio asked New Yorkers to remain alert and said New York City stands in solidarity with Israel at this difficult time, and we hope and pray for a peaceful and secure future for all of its people. And turning now to our programming for tonight, Wednesday, November the 19th, our exclusive television coverage of the Jewish Federations of North America's General Assembly continues tonight at 6:30 with former Chief Rabbi of Great Britain, Lord Jonathan Sacks, followed at 7 by the GA plenary featuring actress Marlee Matlin, Mayor of Sderot Alon Davidi, and former Chief of Staff for former Prime Minister Ehud Barak, Gilad Sher. And then at 8:30, Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic, Aluf Ben of Haaretz, and Steve Lind of the Jerusalem Post discuss the Obama-Netanyahu relationship and issues related to the Middle East with Linda Scherzer. That's tonight on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, November the 19th, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader.